Welcome back to the channel. Today you're going to be joining me from my spare room, which is quite messy at the moment, but whose spare room isn't messy? It's currently pissing rain outside, so I'll get some work done in here while the car chills outside. Yeah, thanks for everyone who watched the last video. Got loads of views. Pretty motivated to make some more clips. So yeah, today I got the last piece of the puzzle. I got a new manifold. Yeah, I'll show you that. It's not pretty, but it works, I hope. Yeah. So there's my new manifold that came in the post. It is a bottom mount manifold. Now, we'll get into that. So I'm just going to mount this up to this super fast and easy, just with some bolts, obviously, and just so I can get it in the right position, because I might need to clock this further, but I think it's right, and I need to figure out the oil return, sorry. So yeah, I'm just going to mount this up really quick with 2 bolts, and then we're going to go to the car and see how it looks. So it's kind of weird seeing the turbo back down here again, but I'm not going to complain. The reason I was scared about having the top mount, the turbo was kind of sitting here. Downpipe was touching off this, so I wasn't a fan of that. And already I have melted a hole here. And again, with the top mount thing, it was super close to this. Now you can just fix this with heat tape, and I'm going to put heat tape there anyways, but I kind of like how it's lower down. And it's kind of in the way of this, which kind of sucks. I might have to take the sump off and redo the fucking thing again. I can swing it around here like that. That's probably how I'm gonna have to do it. So let's try and figure out the oil return. So now I got this loose. I think what I'm gonna do is kind of where this is the direction that the oil return is on. I think I'm just going to run the AN line kind of in line parallel with this. So I was going to be pointing kind of down towards the block. That's bolted on there, and it is kind of kinking a little bit, but I think just due to the fact that this is too long. So I do need to make this shorter. How much shorter? I don't know. Alright, so that's off. I'm going to bolt this up to the engine. Then I'm going to see roughly where the hoses are going to be. Or I need to chop it at least. I think it's roughly that much I need to take off. Could be wrong. It's better to go less than more. Alright, so let's try that out. See, was that enough? So before I die from these midges, you can kind of see it there. There is the 45 degree going down, and then it kind of goes down and loops around and down into the sump. So I would call that a win. It's all downhill. There's going to be no restriction. I might just make it the smidgest bit shorter on the metal pipe. And like, look, it's pretty sick. It actually goes down and around the fucking boost pipe, so I don't have any issues of anything touching, which is actually quite sick. I need to take the whole thing apart again and make it from the steel hose. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. With the angles and everything, it's all downhill. That's pretty sick. So much space. There's actually ended up being more space with this setup than there was with the TO4E, which just is crazy in my mind. Alright, I'm gonna go inside before I get eaten alive. So there you go. It's roughly the same. Just cut that with a grinder and put some WD-40 through it, clean out the shavings. Now let's try and put these fittings on, and that'll be the oil return done. kind of see it a lot better in the steel hose, but that's all downhill. There's no kinks, nothing. It's all downhill. It's not 100% tight because I have to take it off again, but just confirming that the hose I made actually works. It is a bit of a tight fit. You gotta twist it a little bit. Once it goes on, it's all good. And I think once there's a couple of heat cycles, the hose itself will just kind of form into the shape it has to be. So I'm going to put the clip on the wastegate and just tighten up everything, make sure everything's Gucci. Right, I'm not even kidding, that took me like 2 minutes to put that back on. So if you know, that goes right there into that, which is in here. So I only forgot one. Which way does this gasket go again? I'm guessing that way. Shit. So like I mentioned a few times, double banjo in here, oil feed, oil return to the sump. So yeah, I should have got studs, but they fit and they're basically studs because they don't come out. So that's pretty sick. So let's bolt this fucking thing up. There we go. Not and bolted somehow. And gasket was in there. Yup. And I got my E-clip on. So I need to, and I tightened up the oil feed. I put a gasket on it. So yeah, I think that's it. It's just time to bolt this thing to the car and make boost. I haven't been filming because putting those nuts on one by one was pretty painful. Literally just and then but yeah, that's the manifold on. The turbo bolted up to the manifold. This downpipe thing on. Need to put the actual downpipe on. Need to tighten that. That's not tight. The oil return is on. It's not tight. The intercooler piping is on, but I ordered the wrong clamp. This came with this. I think it's garbage. It's not going to work, but it might work just for now. I need to push this in further so I can get a bit more space here. Crash bar isn't on properly. Put this back where it's supposed to go. So yeah, just need to tighten up a few things tomorrow, and I should drive this thing tomorrow. Even if I just move it from here to there, I'll be happy. That fucking caliper is seized. I forgot all about that, so that's mint. I've seized like 6 calipers on this car since I've owned it, which is kind of insane. Yeah, and there's like a pile of small things. I need to get a new clamp for this. Those clamps aren't on. The throttle body's loose. It's just a bit of tidying up to do to get it all back together. But again, the midges are out, so they're killing me. Time to call it a night. Oil return is on. This is on. That's on. That isn't plugged in, but it shouldn't make much of a difference, I don't think. Plug it in anyway. None of the boost pipes just started up or hooked up. I just want to check all this is mint, so hopefully this thing starts. The battery is obviously dead. I also got inside here. Gonna situate it back up. Yep, we're good. And it died. What the fuck? I just need some fuel. Strange. Oh, bro, not this again. Okay, I was kind of scared there, but I was like, fuck, something's not plugged in, but something wasn't plugged in. AF4 gauge, where's the switch for that? Turn you on. Sensor's not plugged in. That's plugged in. Getting a reading now. It's heating up. Should turn on an idle now. fucking sick, hyped on that. So now what I'm gonna do is put this all back together like 80%. Probably I'll do 100 because all these stupid things get you, and eventually I'll forget something. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one, where I do a big fat dirty Bernie.